All right, guys, quiet on the set. This is taking $1,000 a take. Come on now.
Without further ado, please enjoy Macbeth Act 2, Scene 3.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were to be porter of Hell Gate, he should get old, turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectations of plenty. Oh, come in time. Have napkins enough about you. Here, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there? In the other devil's name? Faith. Here's an equivocator that could swear on both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith. Here's an English tailor. Come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Oh, come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock! Knock! Never act quiet. What are you? But this place is too cold for help. I'll double porter it no further. I thought to lend some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Stop! Stop! Patience! I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were out carousing to the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him. It makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in his sleep and, given him a lie, leaves him.
I do believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir. In the very throat on me. Though, and I requited him for his lie, though I think being too strong for him. Though he took on my legs sometimes, yet I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Ah, here he is. Here he comes. Our knocking has wakened him. Good morrow, noble fair sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely to him. I have almost slept the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain. There is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service. Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did point so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard in through the air, strange screams of death, and prophesying, with accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events, new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the long-lived night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night indeed.
Yes, my young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Even now, I can hear the old man scream. His ghost. It stands before me like some sort of ghost, driven from the gates of hell. You know that.
Don't worry, that's the ghost. Keep going.
Oh, horror! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive, nor name thee!
What's the matter?
Confusion, now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder, both hath broke hope. The Lord's a noted temple, and stole thence the life of the building.
What is it you say? The life? Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber, destroy your seat, destroy your sight with the new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Donalbain, Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up, up and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, as your graves, rise up and walk like sprites. To countenance this horror, ring the bell, but when murdered as it fell. Our royal master's murdered.
To go anywhere. Dear Duff, I pray, please contradict yourself and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drunk, and all that's left is lease. This boat to brag on.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
The royal fathers been murdered.
Oh. By whom?
Those of its chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers. Daggers which were unwiped had found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury, that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise and mazed, temperate and purious, loyal and neutral in a moment such as this? No man. The expression of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin stained with his golden blood. His gashes, stabbed, looked like some sort of crime of nature. There, the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade. The daggers, unmannerly, breached with gore. Who could restrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make such love known?
How do we hold our tongues? That most may claim this argument for hours. What should be spoken here where our fate's hidden auger pole may rush and seize us? Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed. For our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion. And when our naked frailties hid, that suffering exposure let us meet. And question this most bloody piece of work, to know what further fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand. And thence against the undivulged presence I fight of stretched in this malice.
And so do I.
So all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well contented.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office, which the false man does easy. Out to England. To Ireland I, our separated fortune must keep us much the safer where we are. There's daggers and minced mouths, the near in blood, the nearer bloody. This murderous shaft, that shot hath not yet lighted. Our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's a warrant that I theft, which steals itself when there's no mercy left. I'm sure of it. Whoever's done this horrid deed is after the crown. I must flee to avoid my line of succession ending by being the next victim of this murderer.
Okay.